Hello everyone, this is Indu. I hope you are doing well. Today is day 23 of our top 100 .NET question series, and today question is why we use CORS in a .NET core in our .NET project or in .NET application. So it's a very important question, and generally it will be asked in every interview. So CORS we can stands for cross origin resource sharing. For example, you can understand for this example. For example, in front end you are using Angular React. So there are multiple ports and multiple like different origin and different port and your backend API in this port. So what it will be do? Course it enables to another port will able to use our APIs, this backend APIs. Since port are different and origin and different, browser blocks request unless your core is not enabled. So it is a security mechanism used by the browser, like which front-end application will access our backend APIs. For example, you have to allow only this one 4200. So this API, this Angular front-end browser will access our APIs if I allow only this one. If I allow for the these three one, so these three can get our backend APIs. So it is a simple security mechanism used by browser to control which front-end application can access our backend APIs. CORS is not a .NET feature, it's not a backend problem. It is a simple browser security rule, like who will access our backend APIs. And in .NET Core, in the program.cs file, we can enable like which front-end application will access our APIs. And we can block that we don't want, like unwanted port and origin. We can block. We can only allow that actually our front-end language, front-end project, or a front-end port or front-end origin, you can say. So we can enable only that one. I can show you in our program.cs file. So you can see here in the program.cs file, here I can add here welder.services, add course, and here what we can do, I allow any origin here. For by default I am working in a logger system, so that's why I am allowing every origin, and allow any method, and dot allow any method. So I will add the comment here. Firstly, what we can do here, here we can register core service to allow cross port communication, like Angular port will access our backend APIs. So I will add the comment here. Here what we can do, here we can just core service to allow. So anyone can access our this backend APIs. For example, this is a get all API. If you want this API in the front end, so we can easily get, because here we can allow any reason. You can see here we can allow any reasons. So it will be allow a request for any port or any origin. It allow request from any port or any origin. You can understand like that way. In the backend API, your port is 555501. That is another reason or another port, and this is for the backend, and this is your front end 54500. This is for front end. So if you are not allow, it will be giving an error and block this port. But when you can write like that register in the program.cs file, so it will be register, and here you can give the url like this port will be enabled. For by default I am working in a local system, that's why here I can allow any reason can access our api. And here in the header, but header for example we are using a jwt token, so in a header we can pass jwt token, so that's why in a header we can save the header information. And allow method here, allow any method for the exam, for example it allow http method. It means it allow any port, means to allow any port can access our api. And it means low http method cross different ports. For example, get, to get data, to read data, post for create data, put to update data, and delete to delete data. And it, the next is allow header, so in which it allow headers coming from the front end across ports. Any value, for example we are using a jwt token, so we want which user will be login, so it allow headers coming from front end across ports. For example, which content type you are using. For authentication, authorization, which user will be logging. So we need to allow here course. So it's a very basic and very important question in the .NET interview. So it's a simple, it's used for the security purpose, and how front end and back end will communication, and we can allow only that ports that actually want our back end APIs, and we it will be, we can block that we don't want in the, for example when you can host your application, you have only one front end, so you can only that url you can give here in the allow reason, so that front end application will access your backend apis. So it's a very simple, but it's a simple or basic question, but multiple time it will be asked in a .NET interview. So this is done for today video. I think this video will be helpful for you. If this video will be helpful for you, please like, share and comment. It's really motivates me to make a new video. Thanks for watching.